The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, meant to be with you last night, but didn't feel all that well, sinus headache and all that. But we're raring to go today, got some tea with me and had some lunch and all that, and so let's do it. We're going to do baseball now for the next 11 straight days. We won't finish this season, but we're going to know probably the winners in 3 of the 4 divisions, and maybe all 4, depending on what goes on, because there's only a handful of games left. I'm Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program. The graphics department still has a sinus headache, and they'll be back with you tomorrow for the Dodgers and the Reds, but today it is the Brewers and the Yankees from the stadium in the big ballpark in the Bronx. And the big ballpark in the Bronx is sold out for second and third place in the American League East. Everybody is looking up at the Baltimore Orioles, who have a 2.5 game lead over the Yankees and a 4.5 game lead over the Brewers, who just aren't going away. And so these two teams meet for a midweek series. It's Monday, September 18th, 1978. And you just don't know what's going to happen. They could potentially knock each other out of the race in the American League East. The Orioles are hoping for splits and wins of their own to keep it up. In the American League West, you know the Texas Rangers are playing well, and I think they are going to become America's darlings, the 78 Rangers. And the National League, the Dodgers, who you'll see, I think, tomorrow against the Reds, have the largest lead in baseball, and the Phillies and the Pirates are trying to battle as they try to get within 4 games, the Pirates of Philadelphia going into that last big weekend series. So here we are. It's Eddie Figueroa for the Yankees and Jerry Travers with a lot of stakes on the line next for the Brewers. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Pennant Chase 1978. Tonight, from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, it is the New York Yankees, second place in the American League East, and the Milwaukee Brewers, who are in third in the American League East, 4.5 out. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes. It's not all the same word, people. And or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. If someone's selling you us, let us know. We'd like some of the money. So Ed Figueroa, and here kind of is the Yankees wild card, if you will. Figueroa was a 20-game winner in 78. On the replay, he is not going to do that. He only has to start 32 for him. There's only 3 left, and he is 13-13. His ERA is at 3.71, almost a well, it is. It's 0.7 of a run higher than real life, but the whip, it's all come in the walks. The whip is significantly higher, but the batting average is only 6 points. Anyway, 13-13 overall with a 3.71 ERA. Against the Brewers have hit him hard. Start number 3 against Milwaukee, 16 innings, 21 hits. 10 runs all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 7. But the Brewers have beaten him twice, and he has an ERA of 5.63 against him. The only 3 teams he has a worse ERA against, the Red Sox of all teams, the White Sox, and Seattle. And so if the Yankees fall short, you got to think that would be the reason. He is their number 2, and he's got to pitch like it. The lineup he'll face: Robin Yount will lead off at short. Don Money will bat second and play second. Cecil Cooper at first base will hit third. Larry Heisel cleans up and left, and man, has he cleaned up as of late. Ben Ogilvie, the DH, will bat fifth against the righty Figueroa. Lescano in right will hit sixth. Sal Bandos. First time I've done that all year. I got the Bandos mixed up. How you doing, Super Bowl tournament? Sal Bando will bat seventh and play third. Gorman Thomas in center will hit eighth. And Buck Martinez behind the plate will go ninth. Travers, who has struggled, should throw about 115 pitches. Tribe fan, how are you? Defensively for the Yankees, Roy White is a 7-1 in left. Mickey Rivers is an 8-5 in center. And Lou Piniella is a 5-2 in right. Reggie Jackson is the DH, if you're wondering. Craig Nettles. Ricky, how are you? Craig Nettles at 10 at third. Bucky Dent a 6 at short. Willie Randolph a 7 at second. It's that bum knee that will probably keep him out of the playoffs. Chris Chambliss a 10 at first. Thurman Munson, who's riding a big hitting streak, a 9 and an 8 behind the plate. And Eddie Figueroa is an 8 on the mound with a 982 fielding percentage. Mr. Forsberg, how are you? So, we're taping tonight, by the way, the 1950s championship for Pro Strategy Football 2021. The 1950 Cleveland Browns and the 1959 Baltimore Colts from Baltimore. And I believe you're going to see that game before the real kickoff game tomorrow night, or when Ron watches tennis. Anyway, so here's Robin Yount. Robin at 286. 13 homers and 52 RBI. 149 for the Yankees, 151 for the Brewers. Figueroa deals. Yount into right. Piniella 1 out. So the wind is blowing hard in from center field at 20. 73 degrees, a pleasant night at the big ballpark in the Bronx. Here's Don Money at 283, 14 homers and 64 RBI. Eddie deals, and there's a little looper into right field. Piniella will pick it up, and the Brewers have a hit. And now bring up Cecil Cooper at 296, 8 homers and 46 RBI. So although the whip is kind of in the ballpark for Figueroa, and the batting average isn't too terribly out of whack, Figueroa going 20-9 in the real replay and only 13-13 here may make all the difference in the world when it comes to who wins the American League East. Pitch to Cooper. Fly ball to right. Piniella in the corner makes the catch. Money retreats back to first. 2 out. For High Sell at 287, 43 homers and 100 RBI. And there's a fly ball to left. White will track it down. He makes a good play. Not a lot of foul territory down that line and left, but he made the catch, and that will retire the side. Brewers get a hit and strand a runner. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. Milwaukee, nothing. Here come the Yankees. Now, if you're wondering why the Brewers might not win the division, look no further than Bill Travers in his, page boy haircut here. He is 4-16 with an ERA of 5.27. This is start number 26. There's 2 more for Bill after this. He is not going to win the 12 games he won in real life. Against the Yankees, he's faced a 6 1/3 innings, 10 hits. 3 runs, all earned. It did not get a decision. He is a ground ball, fastball pitcher at 86. Travers' last appearance. Did I do that for Figueroa? I don't think I did. Yeah, I did. Was against the Twins on the 15th. He went 5 1/3 innings, 11 hits. 11 runs and 5 are earned. My God, did they have me out there fielding? He walked 2 and didn't strike out anybody. I don't think I did this for Figueroa. I got to go back and do it. In 174 1/3 innings, he's allowed 202 hits, 115 runs, 102 earned. That's not good. He has walked 61 and struck out 57. Bill would feel very comfortable in 1949. At start against the Yankees, a no decision on July 9th. Here's the lineup the Yankees will put out there. Mickey Rivers leads off at center field. Willie Randolph will bat second and play second. Thurman Munson catches and will hit third. Reggie Jackson cleans up as the DH. Lou Piniella and right will bat fifth. Chris Chambliss at first will go sixth. Craig Nettles will play third and bat seventh. Roy White, the left fielder, bats eighth, and Bucky Dent is at short. He'll go ninth. Defensively for Milwaukee, Larry Heisel is 6 and a 4 and left. Gorman Thomas is a 7 and 4 in center. Sixto Lezcano is a 9 and an 8 in right. Sal Bando is a 6 at third. Robin Yount an 8 at short. Don Money is 6 at second. Cecil Cooper a 9 at first. Buck Martinez a 5 and a 5 behind the plate, the very definition of average. And Bill Travers, not Jerry, it's Bill, is a 7 on the mound with a not-so-good .932 fielding percentage. Rivers at .298, 6 homers and 35 RBI. And Mickey hits that one to third. Bando with a late jump, and Rivers will beat it out. So the Yankees start with a single, and now they'll bring up Randolph at .287, 2 homers and 40 RBI. Super Bowl tournament, are you still here? Throw to first. No, Willie, you can't steal first base. Nice try, though. And so now Rivers has a better chance, but we're not going to do it. Pitch to Randolph is a base hit left center field. Heisel will pick it up. Rivers bluffs. But you're not going to run on Larry, at least from that shallow. And runners on first and second. Nobody out for Munson, who's sitting on a 10-game hitting streak at .282, 7 homers and 74 RBI. Travers delivers. Ground ball to Yount, who goes to third for 1. Bando flips it across to Cooper. I don't think they turned it. But for the second time in as many games doing the Brewers, Yount does the smart thing and gets a lead runner on third. Must be something they've worked on. Here's Jackson. Reggie at 300, 24 homers, and 85 RBI. Travers delivers. Struck him out. 2-2. Bugs Bunny fastball at 83. Swung on and missed. And there's 2 out. So that brings up Piniella at .292. 2 homers and 58 RBI. Of course, Pinella's nickname is Sweet. And he carries around the sweetness of sucking down a thing of sweet tarts and Red Bulls. Pitch to Piniella. There's a ground ball to Bando. Goes across to Cooper, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Yankees strand 2. After 1, no score. So both teams with strong first innings, but no oomph to score. This will be Ben Ogilvie, Lezcano, and Bando to face Figueroa here in the second. Ogilvie at .267, 14 homers, and 50 RBI. Figueroa deals, ground ball to Dent, over to first. Ogilvie beat it out. It says it was not a poor play. Dent kind of had to wait a bit for the ball to get to him and didn't put as much mustard on the throw. And so the Brewers have a leadoff single for Lezcano at .266, 17 homers and 61 RBI. How you doing, Bobby? 84 NFL replay and APA football. Who were you playing? So Lezcano at the plate. No score, top the second. And there's a base hit left side. Dent couldn't get there. And so Ogilvie on second, Lezcano on first. Nobody out for Sal Bando. At .285, 8 homers and 55 RBI. So these two teams will play 3 games. And the Yankees have not won in New York. The Brewers are 6-0. And they are 5-2 in Milwaukee, where they're already done. Lorenzo says, go Yanks. Captain Carl says, I'm replaying the season in memory of one of my friends of over 35 years who passed away last year. His favorite team is the Giants, as it should be, and his favorite quarterback was Phil Simms. Phil Simms is not my favorite Giant quarterback. I'm sorry about the loss of your buddy. Enjoy the replay. Giants, the game is the Falcons, or as Vinny would say, the Falcons and the 49ers next on CBS. The Falcons and the 49ers, that should be fun. That should be fun. Montana was incredible. All right, first and second, nobody out for Bando. Pitch. And there's a fly ball, center field. Rivers makes the grab. Ogilvie will go to third, and the runner is on the corners. And 1 out for Thomas, who's hitting .291, 37 homers, and 103 RBI. But Thomas has struck out 134 times. Figueroa's not going to strike out that many. Pitch to from Eddie, ball 4. And they're loaded for Buck Martinez at .245. No homers and 26 RBI. 1,000 lifetimes ago, I was doing a podcast, and I had the chance to interview Lee Steinberg, who, Eli Manning. Lee Steinberg, the football agent, and agents who ask for a lot of money tend to have big egos. And Lee's was healthy, but I think Lee's had a series of life events that kind of humbled him a bit. And I spent a half hour, and apparently Steinberg's first serious client was Steve Bartowski. And so we had a great conversation about that. Steve, of course, played for Cal, I believe. Pitch to Martinez is a ground ball to Figueroa. He's going home for the run, and Ogilvie is safe, and so is everybody else. Yep. Yeah. Eli, I don't think ever was genuinely appreciated for what he did for that team. It wasn't that Simms was a bad quarterback. I just never really liked him. Robert Yount, by the way, is 0 for 1. So anyway, Steinberg's telling all these great stories about Bartowski and the draft and how he ended up with Atlanta, and I should find that. It's not posted anywhere. I've got all the stuff I've recorded over the years somewhere. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. Yount, by the way, as I said, is 0 for 1. 9 batters deep for Figueroa. An inning and a third, 44 pitches, 3 hits, a walk, and no strikeouts. Aha! Eli in 2009. Use an app of football, or pitch to Yount is a fly ball to right. Back goes Piniella. He'll make the catch. Lescano will tag and score, and it's 2-0 Milwaukee. So that brings up money. Okay. Tabletop Chris loves app of football. Money singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. So Thomas on first, Martinez on, or Thomas on second rather. Martinez on first. Pitch to Money is a ground ball to Nettles, goes over to Chambliss, and that will retire the side. But the Brewers get 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. Milwaukee 2, New York nothing. So Chambliss, Nettles, and White to face Travers here in the second. Chambliss at .272. 12 homers and 89 RBI. And he hits a ground ball to Money. Throws it to first, 1 out. Brings up Nettles at 320. Uh, 32 homers and 107 RBI. Lorenzo Bott, OOTP 21, playing the 63 season. It will compare with Action PC. I'm sure you'll be much happier with Action PC. You cannot easily get to the Negro Leagues and OOTP without weird workarounds, according to the forums. Don't know, haven't tried. Plus, their complaints are rated the players as minor leaguers. Yeah, that would be unbelievable. Some of the greatest ever to play. There is a movement afoot to actually count the Negro Leagues as an actual honest-to-goodness major league, which I think would be incredible. They barnstormed a lot. But that would be a well-deserved honor. Today, by the way, is Roberto Clemente Day. Pitch to Nettles as a fly ball to right. Lescano has it for the 2nd out. You know, Action PC has all the Negro Leagues. You didn't know that, right? White at 253, 5 homers, and 36 RBI. And Automod should really read things in context. It held Lorenzo's comment, and I applaud Lorenzo for holding his tongue and not giving me a hard time about that, because I don't set the rules for the mods. But if he had called someone that would be objectionable, but that's the term of the league. You're a good boy. Give yourself a raisin cookie. Pitch to White is a fly ball to left field. Heisel is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2-0 Brewers. Well, as I said, the slide guy still has a little bit of a headache, so you'll have to go with the in-game graphics for this. Let's start in the American League East. The Baltimore's magic number is 12. The Yankees have found the wrong time to be going backwards. Milwaukee 4.5, the Yankees 2.5, and the Yankees are barely a 500 team at home. Detroit and Boston, by the way, play today, and so one of their seasons might end today. The real and virtual Yankees both going backwards. Lorenzo, no one can be the whipping post that you are to yourself. Rangers by 6 over Kansas City, and the magic number is 9. Remember, Texas still has 9 games left against Seattle. They are starting to believe it in Arlington that they are playoff bound. I'll put the whip away. In the East, Philadelphia by 4 over Pittsburgh. The Pirates have won 3 straight. I hope you're feeling better. And in the National League West, the Dodgers are printing playoff tickets. The Reds have just kind of run out of steam. The Dodgers have won 3 straight. Ever since I gave Don Sutton that lashing in the video, Sutton has won 3 straight. So, Dodgers by 6.5 over the Reds. And that's the game you'll get tomorrow. Right now, Cecil Cooper's 0 for 1. Struck him out. He got him on an 0-2, just below the belt, 1 away. Heisel at 0 for 1. I'm pretty sure I didn't read this, so I will again. Figueroa's last start was against the Tigers. On the 14th, he went 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1. So, the rest of it, 233 innings, including tonight. 226 hits, 24 homers. He's walked 79 and struck out 77. My dad, after his stroke, Lorenzo, a few years ago, his blood pressure was so out of control that they had him on 5 different medications. 5. He was on 2 by the time that he died, but he was able to get it out of control. All right, 2 new followers since Monday. Marshmallow Granger. I love that name. Thank you for following. And Lehman 1967, which tells me that is a Toronto Maple Leaf fan because Gary Lehman, and we all know what 1967 is. You're on 4. That's a lot. High Sell, 0 for 1, struck him out. He got him to swing and miss on an 86-mile-an-hour fastball, and there's 2 out. For Olvey, who has singled and scored. Fly ball to right. Piniella will make the catch, and that will retire the side. The Brewers go in order in the 3rd. Nothing across. 2-0 Milwaukee. So Bucky Dent, Mickey Rivers, and Willie Randolph to face Bill Travers here in the 3rd. Dent at .207, 4 homers and 27 RBI. Pitch to Bucky. Ground ball to Young over to first. And that got away. That got away from Cooper. The throw was in the dirt. And Dent scampers to second. So the Yankees have a runner on and nobody out for Rivers. Singled his first time up. Travers threw 9 batters, 29 pitches, 2+ innings, 2 hits, no runs, and a strikeout. 2 weeks after he got out of the hospital, or Lorenzo got out of the hospital, his blood pressure was 145/80. But a week, wow, 190/110. That's not good. That's not good. Pitch to Rivers is a line drive to Money, and Mickey rolls his ankle or tweaked a hamstring. He kind of went down like a shot in between the base paths. But he gets up under his own power, and he tells Bob Lemon and Gene Monahan he wants to stay in the ballgame. So 1 out for Randolph, who singled his first time up. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. Ground ball to Bando over to Cooper for the out, I think. 2 out. Here's Munson Thurm on a 10-game hitting streak. Wind's blowing in hard from Long Island Sound at 23 in from right center. Yes, because I talk trash about you all the time, Lorenzo. Pitch to Munson is a ground ball, base hit right side. Lascano will field it. Dent will score, and it's 2-1. For Mr. Jackson, Reggie is struck out his first time up. So Travers coming back down to earth. Throw to first, Munson back. By the way, now Munson has an 11-game hitting streak. Jackson into right center field. Back goes Lascano. It's back there. It's gone. And the Yankees go up 3-2. The straw that stirs the drink just poured the half and half in the coffee. The Yankees go ahead. He boomed that one in the bleachers in right center field. And all Lascano could do was turn and watch it go. That's 25 for Reggie. And so here's Piniella. He's 0 for 1. And that's why Bill Travers is 4-16 on this replay. Walked him. So here's Chambliss, a 9-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 1. Travers has lost the script. That's a base hit up the middle. Thomas will throw it back in. Piniella to third. And the Yankees have runners on the corners. All this with 2 out. Here's Nettles. Pitch to Gregg is a ground ball to Cooper. That will retire the side. But the Yankees get the big home run from Reggie. 3 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. We go to the 4th. The Yankees 3, the Brewers 2. Yeah, what in the name of Mike Maroth? I remember that pitcher. for Bill Travers. It's kind of like the toddler who's trying to be taught how to potty train. Here's Lescano. He's 1 for 1. He singled and scored. He can keep the pull-up drive for about 2 hours. But you go 2 hours and 1 minute, and the unspeakable things that come out of that little kid's body, and that's what we just saw from Billy Travers. Pitch to Lescano, ball 4. Here's Bando, 0 for 1. Figueroa is not covering himself in glory either. He's already halfway through his pitch count. Got him. That's 3. So Figueroa fires a 1-2 curve on the outside corner for strike 3. And there's 1 out for Gorman Thomas. You'd expect a strikeout. Just like that. 1-2 looking for strike 3. So 2 out. Lescano on for Buck Martinez, who has a fielder's choice RBI. That came in the second. Runner goes, and Figueroa gets the side. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 2-2 fastball swung on and missed. We go to the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, an error. The Brewers leave 1 on. It's still the Yankees 3, the Brewers 2. You got to feel bad for Roy White. Whatever baseball card they used for this, you see all the printer dots errors up there. They're 2 under the NY and the hat, and on the hat itself, and on the bill. You'd Photoshop that today. Roy White, by the way, is 0 for 1. Pitch from Travers is a line drive to Yount, 1 away. Here's Bucky Dent. Bucky reached on a Robert Yount error and ended up scoring in the 3rd. Travers, line drive right to Bando, 2 out. I shouldn't be so cruel to Travers. All 3 runs were unearned. 64 pitches, 18 batters, 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits. Homer, walk, and strikeout. Mickey Rivers is 1 for 2. He's got himself a single. Into right, Lescano has it to retire the side. We go to the 5th. Yankees 3, Milwaukee 2. Ricky can help you with that a little bit more, but I think it's something you have to set up in the very beginning. It is not really, in my view, and I'll get letters for this, a good replay game. It is a great for fictional baseball. If you want to do the Fresno Juckets or the Moscow Gulags, you can do that, and it's great. Yeah. But graphically, it puts this game to shame. Robert Yount is 0 for 1 with an RBI. Figueroa threw 18 batters, 91 pitches, 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Ricky, you got to get a copy of Action PC Baseball. I think you'd enjoy it a lot more. Be curious to see how some of the replays that you've done would go. Pitch to Yount is a base hit right center field. Be careful, Lorenzo, because the computer will make trades. And so, theoretically, you could see Mickey Mantle go to Pittsburgh. That wind is howling in at 30 miles an hour. Small children and Nathan hot dogs wrappers. Lorenzo, I'd start it again. Just restart it. That's interesting because the guy that did OOTP is German. So 30 mile an hour wind blowing straight in from right field. Money, by the way, is 1 for 2. Yount on first. Money bunts. Munson throws to first. Randolph is covering, and the sac bunt works. So the Brewers play some small ball. It goes 2-4 on the card. Yount the tying run on second. for Cecil Cooper, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Yeah, happy Roberto Clemente Day. You got Yogi Berra on the Dodgers. Yeah, just start over. Pitch to Cooper. In the left center, Rivers will go into Death Valley, makes the catch. Yount goes to third. The throw from Rivers is not in time. Threw it in the infield. And so that'll bring up Heisel with 2 out. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 3-2 the score. Top the 5th. The Yankees are ahead. Pitch to Heisel. Up the middle, a base hit. We're tied at 3. So Larry drives in the run. And Ogilvy at the plate. He's 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Remember, this is the first of 11 straight days of 1978 baseball. We're going to play the Bee Gees until you disco your shoes off. Or Boogaloo till you puke. One of the two. Figueroa deals. There goes Heisel. The throw down to Dent is in time. You got to think that was a hit and run because Larry really can't steal. 1 run, however, ties the ball game on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the commercial, and since I'm being nice to Lorenzo today, I'm going to take a drink while we watch the commercial. Well, you and I won't because we're paying for this. But everyone else gets the commercial. Halfway home, Milwaukee 3, New York 3. Back off, Boogaloo. All right, you joined us late. Here's how we got here. The Brewers scored 2 in the second. Buck Martinez, a fielder's choice to make it 1-0. And Robin Yount, a sac fly to make it 2-0. You'd think Milwaukee was a National League team or something like that. In the third, however, the Yankees blitzed their way to 3 runs. Thurman Munson singled home Bucky Dent to make it 2-1. He's got an 11-game hitting streak. Reggie Jackson then bombed a 2-run shot to the right center field bleachers. 3-2 New York. Chris Chambliss has a 10-game hitting streak. And then Milwaukee tied the ball game in the 5th as Larry Heisel singled home Robin Yount to make it 3-3. So Bill Travers, 4 innings, 5 hits, but none of the runs are earned. Eddie Figueroa, 5 hits through 5 and has given up 3 runs, walked 2, and struck out 5. And that's how we got here. Travers to face Randolph, Munson, and Reggie here in the bottom of the 5th. Willie is 1 for 2. And there's a liner left center field. Randolph will hold it first, and the Yankees are in business. So 3 runs, 5 hits, an error, and 4 left on for Milwaukee. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 4 left on for the Yankees. So, Lorenzo, now that he's feeling better, did you ever go by Tom Seaver's wine farm? Because you and Tom are from the same part of California. Thurman Munson, by the way, 1 for 2. He is singled, driven in a run, and scored. Nobody out, bottom of the 5th. Little ground ball to Cooper. Underhands it to Travers covering, and that's an out. Randolph goes to second. Ron learns how to say the word Travers. And Reggie Jackson's 1 for 2. Reggie has homered and struck out. Pitch. It's gone. Holy Toledo. Holy cow, Mike, he hit that one off the Adidas hat in right center field. Reggie Jackson just torched that baseball. How you doing, Glenn? Here it is again. Oh, that was gone to second. He hit it and he hit it in the teeth of a 30-mile-an-hour wind. That ball went 410 feet into a 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing out from right center. I believe the exit velocity is whatever Michael J. Fox had in Back to the Future, Ricky. That DeLorean hit 89. Oh my goodness, on a day when it's still, that might be headed for the Major Deegan, for goodness sakes. Let's watch that one again. I'm not kidding. It's a 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing in from right center. And Reggie just kind of Babe Ruthed it. So that's his 26th of the year. And it's 5-3 New York. Here's Piniella. Wow! 0 for 1 with a strikeout and another walk. So that brings up Chambliss, who's 1 for 2. Reggie watching that on the dot matrix board and just kind of smiling and waving. That might have been the most impressive home run I've seen Reggie hit since he hit that third in the 77 series. He time-bombed that one as well. Pitch to Chambliss. Base hit right center field. Lescano got a terrible jump. Chambliss is on with a double, and the Yankees are pounding on the door. So that brings up Nettles, who's 0 for 2. Got him. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 out. For Roy White, who's 0 for 2. So Reggie has driven in 4 of the Yankees' 5 runs. White to second. Money comes in over to Cooper. And that will retire the side. So Eddie Figueroa has been given a 2-run lead. We go to the 6th. 2 runs on the massive, gargantuan, Babe Ruthian blast by Reggie Jackson. 5-3 New York. So Figueroa, give me the fatigue warning. In the 6th, that's not what the Yankees need. Ogilvy, Lescano, and Bando. Ben is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Ball 4. Here's Lescano. He has singled, walked, and scored. 5-3 Yankees as we start the 6th. Base hit left center field. Rivers will pick it up. Ogilvy goes to third. And Mr. Lemon goes out to chat with Mr. Figueroa. Eddie says, I'm fine. Can't use Sparky. And I can't, so it really is. They got to get the game to Gossage. I'll show you why. Ken Clay goes in 2 days. So he really can't go. And Gossage threw 50 pitches yesterday, and they're lost to the Red Sox. I suppose you could go with Paul Lindblad. They can't use Lyle. Masters Sunday until 2:30, right into football at 4. Yeah, they kind of had to. Be weird watching the Masters in November. I've actually watched none of the U.S. Open, and I like tennis. I will watch the golf, but all that's after the PGA Tour playoffs. Can we get a restart on 2020? Captain Carl was 11 when Reggie's blast off the light tower on the 71 All-Star game. I was in utero. The 3rd round leads into LSU, Alabama. That's a pretty good doubleheader. If they can pull that off, the Masters followed by LSU and Alabama. Everybody enjoy your pickle and pimento sandwiches on that day. So runners on first and third, nobody out for Bando. Sal drops a bunt. It's a squeeze. Someone asked if I'd ever seen a squeeze in the game before, and no, it's a sacrifice bunt. I thought Ogilvy took off like he was going to squeeze, and they didn't. So they're playing some small ball here. Lescano goes to second. He's a tying run. Thomas at the plate. Vern calls the game from the 16th tower. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Pitch. Top Munson and Figure will go out to chat. Next time we'll have to yell. Got him! So Thomas swung on and missed a 2-2 fastball. I thought that was a squeeze. I've never seen the computer do that. Here's Buck Martinez. He's 0 for 2. Has struck out and driven in a run. Base hit left center field. We're tied up. Ogilvy scores. Lescano scores. 5-5 in the 6th. They can't go to Gossage to get 10 outs. He went 50 pitches yesterday. So they got to see what they can get from Paul Lindblad, who's making his 9th appearance of the year. He is 0-1 with a 6.85 ERA. He is a fly ball plus pitcher, fastball at 85. He's not faced the Brewers. He last faced the Red Sox last night for 3 innings. The Red Sox won that game, by the way. 3 innings, 3 hits, a run. It was earned, and 2 walks and no strikeouts. So this is kind of, we're trying to make chicken salad out of chicken fertilizer if you're a Yankee fan. 22 1/3 innings. You just add more mayo. 27 hits, 17 runs, all earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 8. If you're a Yankee fan like Mr. Rickinator, you got to be concerned. You know Guidry is going to give you everything that you want if you win the division. But Figueroa can't be doing this, or we'll be playing World Series games in Texas. Yount 1 for 2. Has singled, scored, and driven in a run. Yep, it's another RSN barn burner. Pitch to Yount, struck him out. So that will retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-5 Brewers and Yankees. So here's Bucky Dent. Rivers and Randolph. Travers. That's true, Ricky. The more you see a bullpen, the more the other team makes you pay. And you figure you can probably get about 8 or 9 outs from Gossage. But 10-11 would be, I think, a bridge too far. Pitch to Dent is a base hit right side. Lescano is there. And so runner on first, and then I'll bring up Rivers. So 27 batters deep for Travers. 95 pitches, 5 innings, 9 hits, 2 home runs, both to Reggie Jackson. 2 of the 5 runs are earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. Rivers is 1 for 3 with a single. As Ricky's clever pun, or the road less traversed. Absolutely. Yep, the middle relievers. No one grows up to be a middle reliever, Lorenzo. The soft underbelly of any bullpen. You get drafted, I'm going to be an ace pitcher. Nope, you're going to be a middle reliever and throw 80 innings and have an ERA of 5, and your manager's going to like you because you certainly can't start, and we certainly don't want you in a ball game that you're responsible for. But you need some Pac-Man innings eaten? Hit throw to first, then back. If you're a lefty, you have a 10 to 15 year career. May I introduce you to my dear friend Rich Garces, or El Guapo, who needed to stay out of the guacamole. That man never found a cheeseburger he didn't like, but because he was a lefty pitcher, he made it work. Tony Fossis was another one. Got him! Travers doesn't like me talking about him that way, and the 0-2 was swung on and missed. 1 out for Randolph, who's 2 for 3, hit single twice and scored. El Guapo, you're a high school girlfriend's nickname for me. Mr. Big, or Mr. Fluffy. Pitch to Randolph is a ground ball to Yount. Money for 1. They're going to turn this over to Cooper. Randolph can run. Call it 2. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. You're not familiar with Enrique Iglesias? After 6, Milwaukee 5. New York 5. Hey, my wife calls me Fat Boy. So Don Money to start the 7th. El Guapo, the name of the villain in the movie Three Amigos. Ah! So why'd your girlfriend call you El Guapo, Lorenzo? Let's see if he takes the bait here. Money 1 for 2. Cooper and Heisel to follow. 5-5, top the 7th. Lindblad delivers. Ground ball to Dent, over to Chambliss, 1 out. So whatever Lindblad can give you here, Guapo is the word for good-looking in Spanish. Alexa, what does guapo mean in English?
Here's something I found on the web. According to BikeRadar.com, El Guapo means the handsome one in Spanish, and the bike is certainly, extensively shaped.
You're right, Lorenzo. She was not, thank you. She was not blind. We're now running into things you would talk about in a Fortnite stream. Pitch to Cooper. Ball 4. All right, we'll give him 1 more base runner. Here is Heisel. I bet you were a cutie in high school. Larry 1 for 3. Has struck out, singled, and driven in a run. I never thought Garces was all that good looking, though. To third, Nettles. Randolph for 1. Over to Chambliss. Heisel will beat it out. And there's 2 out and 1 on for Ogilvy, who is 1 for 2. Well, Ogilvy actually has a 7 bunt rating, if you're wondering. Has scored twice and walked. It's okay, Lorenzo. You can respond to that. Pitch to Ben is a fly ball, right center field. Rivers is there, and Lindblad does the job. Stretch times 5-5. So, hit the right button. So Bunsen is 1 for 3. Has singled, scored, and driven in a run. 5-5 the score. The computer leaves Travers out to start the 7th. Pitch to Munson is a ground ball to Bando, over to Cooper, 1 out. And that'll do it for Bill. We got a pitching change. Randy Stein coming in for Milwaukee. Randy is 3-3 on the year with 3 saves. He has hit, this is his 32nd appearance. Has an ERA of 4.85. Against the Yankees, this is appearance number 4. He's thrown 5 innings. 4 hits, an unearned run. He has walked 1 and struck out 6. Twitch apparently thinks that we're all 5-year-olds.
His last appearance was against the Twins on the 16th, an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, and a strikeout. So overall, 65 innings, 78 hits, 6 home runs, 36 runs, 35 earned. He walked 31 and struck out 42. All right, I had to read that one to myself before I read that one online. You can say what you want in the chat, but if I think it's kind of questionable, it's going to get not read out. And so Lorenzo writes, I love the line in Three Amigos. The girl in Guapo's harem asks the female protagonist if she knows what foreplay is. When she says no, the harem girl says, that's okay, neither does Guapo. Boom, boom, boom. All right, speaking of boom, boom, here's Reggie. He is 2 for 3. He has hit 2 home runs and has driven in 4. So he now has 89 RBI on the year, and for the second time in a row, he comes up in a tie ball game. Randy Stein is ready. He delivers, and Reggie draws ball 4. Reggie can steal the bag. Here's Piniella. He is 0 for 1 and has walked twice. Is this a Fortnite stream? I hope not. I don't think anybody in the Fortnite stream knows what foreplay is, too. There goes Reggie to throw down the money, and Reggie has it stolen. It was close, but Reggie has swiped his 15th bag of the year, and the go-ahead run is on second. And so just in case you're wondering, I am managing the Yankees. So you're welcome, Mr. Chuck Taylor. Yeah, I have several friends that live out in your neck of the woods, Lorenzo, and he's talked about how bad it is. Do harems get discussed in a Fortnite? Well, fantasies, I'm sure, get discussed in a Fortnite stream. And if the 9-year-olds that do that actually have a harem, then more power to them. Pitch to Piniella is a base hit down the line and left. Jackson scores easy. Lou is in the second standing, and the Yankees go up 6-5. So Paul Lindblad stands to get the win. And now you got Gossage in a position where he can actually just get the save. The Yankees have done their job. Here's Chambliss. He's 2 for 3, has singled and doubled. It's amazing how we can pull this back from the brink. Pitch to Chambliss. To third. Bando looks Piniella back. Over to Chambliss, or over to Cooper. 1-2 out. This chat is filled with the sophisticated men of the world. The antithesis of Fortnite streams. Should read. This chat is filled with the sophisticated men of the world. The very antithesis of Fortnite streams. Just in case you missed that. Here's Nettles. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Got him again. No run, or 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 8th at 6-5, New York. So Lescano, Bando and Thomas, and Lemon is going to try to give Lindblad a base runner here because Gossage went 50 pitches last night. So whatever Lindblad can give is what they need. He's already got an inning and a third. Pitch to Lescano is a fly ball to left. That'll stay in the yard. White's there. 1 out. Brings up Bando, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 1 out. 6-5 New York. They're trying to climb to within 2 of the Orioles. Clue was fine. He was with us Monday night when we showed off Pro Strategy Football 2021. And he was there when we did the live Seaver game. Bando to third. Nettles across the way to Chambliss. It'll be on YouTube as soon as I put it up. Here's Gorman Thomas. And that'll do. They want the big boy to face the big boy. You did watch the Seaver game. He was there for that. The Brock game I taped because they got to go 24 hours after it airs on Twitch. And the Thompson game I taped. 3 trivia games in the last 3 days, in the last week. 48th appearance for the Goose. He is 7-7 with 25 saves and an ERA of 2.14. Against Milwaukee, this is appearance number 6, but he's not had good luck. He has gone 10 1/3 innings. He's allowed 9 hits. He's sniffed the sneakers, 6 runs all earned. He has walked 4 and struck out 11. He is 1-2 with no saves. The only other team in the American League he did not register a save against in 1978 or the replay, the California Angels. The Brewers have a 5.23 ERA. He took the loss against the Red Sox in 3 innings yesterday. 2 hits, a run it was earned. He didn't walk anybody and struck out 2. But overall, 96 2/3 innings, 63 hits, 25 runs, 7 homers, 23 earned. He has walked 30 and struck out 89. The Brewers last plate faced him on the 8th, and he allowed 2 runs and 4 hits through 3 and picked up his 6th loss. So nobody on, 2 out. Thomas has struck out twice and walked. From the line, got him! Gossage got him in there at the knees, and Thomas watched strike 3. Like a windshield wiper washer waiting for you on the side of the Verrazano Narrows. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-5 New York. So Roy White, Bucky Dent, and Mickey Rivers to face Randy Stein here in the 8th. White is 0 for 3. It'll be Martinez, who has 3 RBI, Yount and Money for the Brewers in the 9th. Ball 4. So it's kind of ironic that the go-ahead, the potential winning run came not on a Reggie Jackson home run, although he's had 2 massive shots, but was set up on Reggie Jackson stealing second. Here's Dent. Bucky 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Stein's pitch into left field. Heisel, 1 out. Dodgers and Reds tomorrow from Los Angeles. Noon Eastern. 9 Pacific. Hope you're feeling better, Lorenzo. We look forward to seeing you soon. Rivers 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Base hit right center field. Lescano will pick it up. White will hold it second. Thomas doesn't have a good arm, but you want those insurance runs. Here's Willie Randolph. He's 2 for 4. Has singled twice and scored once. Ball 4. They're loaded for Thurman Munson, who was 1 for 4, has singled, scored, and driven in a run. The Yankees looking for win number 85. Struck him out. He got him looking at a 2-2 at the belt. 2 down for Reggie Jackson, who is 2 for 3, is walked, struck out, stolen his 15th base. He's now exceeded his real-life total. Has hit 2 home runs, scored 3 times, and driven in 4. That, by the way, in case you're wondering, gives you an OPS of 3-4. A pie. He essentially has had a pie day. What kind of pie would Reggie be? Key lime? Certainly not Boston cream. to first. Cooper to the bag by himself. He is retired, and so are the Yankees. That's dangerous. They leave him loaded. Stein had the bases loaded. Stein worked out of it. No runs, a hit, no errors. The Yankees have left 10 on. We go to the top of the ninth at 6-5, New York. So Gossage looking to nail down save number 26. He has made 25 of 28 save opportunities. He's only blown 3. Pumpkin, since he's Mr. October. I like that, Bobby. French Silk. Ooh, at least in his opinion. Yes. Yes. So here's Martinez. Gossage deals. Line drive to Randolph, 1 out. So here's Robin out. Robin is 1 for 3. Has singled, struck out, scored, and driven in a run. Yankees trying to hang on here, 6-5 in the top of the ninth. Right back to the Goose, over to Chambliss, and there's 2 out. And so everybody's up and at 'em at Yankee Stadium. For Don Money, who is 1 for 3, he has singled. Gossage looks in and delivers a slow roller to Dent in front of the bag. The Chambliss and the Yankees win the ball game. So the Yankees have pushed the Brewers to 5 back. And yep, if Reggie is a straw that stirs the drink, he's Mr. October. That would now be a pumpkin spice straw. Yeah, you're right. Somebody in my daily thing over on Facebook suggested, well, that's better than Old Spice. And I responded, don't give Starbucks any ideas. So 6 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for the Yankees. 5 runs, 7 hits, and error for the Brewers. Randy Stein takes the loss. Inning and 2/3, 2 hits, so run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. He had plus stuff, but the walks. Oof. Paul Lindblad, one of those most unlikely October or late season heroes. He fills in for a struggling Eddie Figueroa, 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. So Lindblad faces 7 batters, retires 6 of them, and picks up his first win in pinstripes. And you can see Ricky dancing all the way in Staten Island. And Gossage came in and delivered a 4-out save, and he only did it on 19 pitches. Wow. So the Yankees, a light Monday here. Might be the only Yankee win you see today. You're welcome. So it's a quick rest of the day in baseball. Only 7 games in total. Dave Gardner will be happy. The Tigers beat the Red Sox 7-5. Bobby Sproul, by the way, took the loss. Jack Billingham goes to 11-12. Aurelio Rodriguez, his 9th of the year, drives in 3. Yankees don't gain any ground. Baltimore beat Cleveland 3-0, so the lead stays at 2.5. Scotty McGregor goes to 15-13. David Clyde goes to 11-8. Kenny Singleton with a double, 1 for 2 and 2 walks. California has pretty much knocked the Twins out of the playoffs. They beat them 3-1. Chris Damp goes to 14-12. Jeff Zahn, 12-14. Don Baylor, 3 for 4, is 32nd of the year. He drives in 2. The best news the Rangers get is that Kansas City loses a game to Seattle. Texas is off. Seattle beats Kansas City 5-4. Leon Roberts, 2 homers, 24 now on the year. 2 solo shots. He goes 3 for 4. Shane Rawley goes to 4-5. Steve Mignori goes to 4-8. The Dodgers beat the Reds 5-3. So Bob Welch, who I still think is going to be a Game 2 starter, in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, gets the win. He goes to 9-4. Mike Lacoste falls to 3-5. Ron Shea 3-4 with 2 doubles. And because we read every score, regardless of whether they're meaningful or not, John Henry Johnson beats the White Sox, Oakland 3, Chicago 2. He goes to 7-11. Ken Kravick 8-12. And Bell with his 4th of the year. Reggie Jackson obviously is our digital dice player of the game. Helps if I select the right day. So standings as we say goodbye on a Wednesday. You will watch the Reds and the Dodgers tomorrow at noon Eastern. Philadelphia by 4 over Pittsburgh. That remains unchanged. Dodgers now lead the Reds by 7.5. Tommy's printing playoff tickets at Chavez Ravine. Baltimore and the Yankees seem to be the race that's left. The Orioles are 2.5 out in front. Milwaukee has a lot of work to do. They're 5.5 back. Milwaukee and the Yankees will go at it tomorrow as well, but not on camera. Texas leads Kansas City now by 6.5. Cinderella has bought some cowboy boots. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, everybody. I'm Ron Juckett. Al and I are taping some Pro Strategy football for you tonight. You'll see that tomorrow on Super Bowl Tournament Channel. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Wednesday.